Hi everyone, I got what I believe is the first shipment of cans of Sloop's Citra Bomb sent to the Boston area. I'm a pretty big fan of their Juice Bomb series. I got regular Juice Bomb back in like November and I was a huge fan of it, and also the price. It's not, close to $20 like a lot of these hazy IPA 4-packs are around Boston these days. So I believe the regular Juice Bomb, I assume it's got a mixture of, Citra, maybe Amarillo, Simcoe, and other stuff going on. But this one is just Citra hop, single hopped. I did have this apparently years ago, but it was from a weird plastic growler that my friend got in New York City, and it was completely clear and not super remarkable. But it looks like now the Citra Bomb is pretty consistently hazy. So I'm expecting to enjoy this a lot. Unfortunately, it's a little over a month old. It was canned on January 2nd. Today's February 5th. But if it's packaged correctly, it should still be really good. Usually it's only when we get well past a month that I might pass on even purchasing it. Alright. Very hazy. Not ultra pale, quite pale, but there's a little bit of a deep golden orange in the middle. Nice looking head. Everything seems pretty good right now. The smell is still popping at 4.5 weeks. Yeah, that's really nice. It reminds me a lot of regular Juice Bomb, but this one's got more creamsicle going on, I think, which Citra can often do. Bring out creamsicle and the cotton candy notes and all the stuff that I really like. Really, yeah, creamsicle definitely describes it super well. Sherbet, like vanilla and really sweet candied citrus. It doesn't smell very grapefruity, or limey. It doesn't have a lot of those more bitter citrus notes. And yeah, it also just smells like cake. All that sweet malt and however their yeast deals with it and ferments, it makes this nice cakey aroma that I think is in part coming from the Citra too. Yeah, it smells very, very good. The only thing is I'm worrying it's going to be a little bit sweet. We'll see. Good amount of body. I believe it's 6.5%. Yeah, that's really nice. It does finish with a little bit of a barely almost tart astringency that kind of cleans it up and dries it out, but it does seem sweeter than the regular Juice Bomb. Just because Citra to me always seems to raise the perceived sweetness, whereas Galaxy often lowers it and makes it seem drier, more bitter. But in terms of IBU bitterness, this is super duper low. There's none of that. It's just a kind of the lips smacking, juicy, near tart thing happening. And it's a little bit of a texture on the tongue. No, not really chalky, no chalky flavor. But a surprising amount of body for 6.5%. I almost wish it had a teeny bit more bitterness, but it isn't overly sweet. I'm a big fan of this. Maybe it would be a little more bitter and have a little more citrusy pop if it were fresher. But I'm really happy that I bought this beer. It's very nice. This is what a lot of people would call crushable. Kind of hate that term. But if you are a big fan of low bitterness, like Citra IPAs that are really creamsicle-y, this one's definitely up your alley. It might be the kind of beer that people who don't really like traditional IPAs and are skeptical of these hazy ones, this would be a good one to try, probably. If you give this to a lot of people, if you gave this to people 5 years ago, they'd probably be like, what is this? This kind of style of beer? It's crazy. Because the way the yeast and the Citra are interacting in this beer, it is so far from green hop aroma. There's no green bitterness. There's no dankness. They must have substantial biotransformation or during fermentation, where they throw in hops during fermentation or like right before fermentation, and it blows off some of those greener notes, and it actually can transform some of the hop compounds into other things and make other ones stick out more, and just be further from that actual raw green hop character that you get when you dry hop, when all the yeast's gone after fermentation, which is the traditional way of doing it, like with, you know, American and West Coast double IPAs. Yeah, this one I'll give it close to a 4.5. It's really nice. There are no off flavors, no off feels. The only thing is that it could be a little bit more bitter, but as I drink it and it warms up, I'll build up the bitterness a little bit more. So yeah, highly recommended. I'm gonna keep snatching up the Sloops that I can, but this is very, very nice. Goodbye.